A breath of fresh air. Good morning to all precision shooting friends. I am Giuseppe Valtorta, the CEO of Victrix Armaments, and today we will talk about precision shooting with the 50 BMG alongside the Victrix Corvo. It is one of the most well-known calibers because it has been used in various weapon systems over the years. But until a few years ago, it was not used in portable weapons for precision shooting. In fact, it was originally developed as an anti-materiel caliber. However, despite its great energy capabilities, it has never been given much consideration for precision shooting at long distances. We also wanted to go a bit against the grain compared to what was available on the market, and we aimed to do something more. We wanted to try to replicate our precision and accuracy on target in sporting weapons or in precision shooting weapons even, in a caliber like the 12.7, which is not originally designed for this use. Thus, the Corvo was born. In the pursuit of maximizing precision on target with high energies, we are talking about ammunition energies ranging from 14,000 to 17,000 joules, so you can clearly understand the amount of energy this weapon can unleash. One of the goals, alongside precision on target, was ease of use, which involved eliminating or reducing recoil, and I would say we succeeded. I tried to have people shoot who were using a sniper weapon for the very first time, not necessarily with average or medium-large builds like mine, making them feel absolutely at ease. Our no recoil principle aims to capture the feeling that our weapon in the large caliber must have. Ease of use comes from being able to stay on target even immediately after the shot, and being able to repeat the shot easily and quickly if necessary. In some states, it is a caliber that can also be used at a sporting level, so there are competitions where the 50 BMG is used. Despite not being the best choice for maximum precision at long distances from a sporting perspective, it actually allows us to deliver large amounts of energy accurately within the medium range, between 1,000 and 2,000 meters. Before engaging in the design and study of the Corvus, we extensively tried and used all the weapons that have always been the reference for this type of shooting, and thoroughly tested them in various scenarios and conditions to ensure comprehensive understanding and effectiveness. And we found out that what was identified as a sniper weapon was not actually so in terms of performance on target in our analysis. Upon further investigation, how so? We consider in the world of precision, shooting a weapon platform sufficiently accurate to be defined as a precision shooting weapon if it is at least under 1 minute of angle. We are talking about approximately 30 centimeters to mm as the angular dispersion of the shots. In most cases, with commonly available weapons on the market in this caliber, we have detected dispersions that reach up to 1.5 MOA, 2 MOA of millimeter dispersion. Therefore, the goal was to have a weapon to define as a sniper. So we wanted to go below 1 minute of angle and easy to use weapon. A weapon that had no recoil, a weapon that allowed for quickly repeating the shot if necessary, because as you know, It is used as a caliber and as a weapon system by various armed forces around the world. Victrix has been supplying foreign armed forces and also Italian ones for a few years now, but practically in every corner of the building. Therefore, we started working on some technicalities, trying to replicate some technical choices of weapons specifically dedicated to sporting use, also for the professional sector. The first prototype made more or less in the early months of 2015 was made with a stock and a slightly different shape compared to what we can see today on the production weapon. It did not feature this type of handguard. It had a monoblock chassis system and a slightly different buttstock, which, as an anecdote, was in the rapid prototyping phase at that time. So we had the central part made of metal, but we had the rear part made of 3D printed plastic material. But precisely because we believed in the least possible recoil, we thought it was possible to proceed with a test done in this way. So brought to the shooting line, we had equipped ourselves with sandbags for containing the weapon, for support and for locking. But at the last moment, we decided to do something different. It was not the first weapon we made, but it was the last of a series. So from the point of view of experience in structural calculations and analyses, we could be sure of what we had done. So we set aside sandbags and various strings to conduct the test, and I positioned myself behind the weapon. So the very first shot was fired not with an automatic system, but by myself, where I had asked a colleague to film with his cell phone, which had become quite a tradition because they had done more or less the same thing with the first weapon, a Gladius in 308. So as per the script and as requested, he stood next to me with the cell phone in hand, but the last shot he had captured was from a 308. So ready to shoot, the video starts, and at the first shot, magically, we lost track of the video because the cell phone started flying through the air due to the fright. My colleague threw the cell phone into the air and started running away screaming because he didn't expect such a gust of wind and such a deafening noise. So once the dust settled and the fright passed, let's say that when the cell phone was picked up again, my 74-tooth smile was in the frame. Why? Because besides everything working correctly, the plastic stock was perfectly functional, and we had achieved the goal, no recoil. The development continued, and we realized that we had something absolutely high-performing in our hands, so much so that with specific ammunition made by the American company General Dynamics, specifically with the Sniper Elite model at 709 grains, and with Fiocchi ammunition also made with a 709 grain bullet, we could achieve an angular dispersion that was significantly lower than our project expectations. So we had envisioned a target of being under a minute of angle, and we were actually well below a minute of angle. Therefore, tests against tests indicated that we can remain in obviously optimal conditions at 1,000 meters, let's say to have a measurable order of magnitude, with about half a minute of angle of dispersion with that ammunition. Result that we had objectively not encountered with the weapons available on the market. From there, we began to refine all the ergonomic aspects, the design aspects, the handling aspects, and we went on to standardize the technical choices and design choices across all the weapons in the series. Professional from Victrix. Therefore, we find our handguard machined from solid material with side cutouts. Featuring the M-lock standard for the use of accessories with unified M-lock attachment, a top rail aligned with the action rail, inclined at 45 MOA, to maximize the shooting capabilities of the weapon while keeping the lighting and aiming systems always aligned. A chassis, a lower monoblock that goes from the grip to the interior, where we have machined 2 Picatinny rails, one at the front for the foot attachment, and one at the rear for the usual multifunction handle that we have already explained in some other video. Completes a single stack magazine, single presentation, made of polymer, holding 7 rounds. Adjustable trigger with release weight, trigger, position, and engagement. Dual stage convertible to single stage via a pin, the ultra tested action in IC630, machined and ground, our bolt, which in this case is presented in a format I would define as maxi, made through turning and grinding. Our always, also in this case, already seen and extensively tested PVD coating against corrosive or abrasive actions from sandy or brackish environments, the usual adjustable buttstock of the V series with a height adjustable check piece via lever, the butt pad adjustable in depth and height via button, the integrated monopod with micrometric adjustment, and the folding mechanism on the side of the cocking lever that protects it and can be operated with one hand. Upon completion of the weapon, we designed a muzzle brake, in this case with 4 chambers, that channels all the energy in our favor. Therefore, we take advantage of all the energy from the expanding gases at the exit and from the muzzle to counteract the recoil of the weapon itself and create the famous no recoil effect. Upon completion of the weapon, we thought of a suppressor, a sound reducer that would maintain the weapon's precision, characteristics, allowing us to shoot without using headphones, and that would not raise dust in case we had to shoot in dusty conditions or on sandy ground. We have achieved a sound suppressor that reduces sound pressure by up to 44 dB, and you, being technicians, know very well the logarithmic value of sound pressure. Know that starting from 175 dB and reaching about 131, 132 decibels means reducing sound pressure by almost half. What can I say? All that's left is for you to try it. If you live in a country where the caliber is civilian, buy it. Take it to the shooting ranges and show off your shooting skills, even with a 50 BMG. I believe that's all for this video. See you in the next video.